Hello viewers, welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome to the JET program coaching classes for NMMS exam 2023-24. So today we are going to discuss about the mental ability logical Venn diagrams. So what is this logical Venn diagrams? Yes, it is nothing but it represents any set of elements by a closed figure. Elements can be objects, things, people, animal, etc. Example, let us represent the animals as a rectangle, cattle by an oval shaped, and cows by a triangle. So when we draw all of them together, we should draw these figures appropriately. All cows are part of cattle, so draw all cows inside cattle. And all cattle are animals, so cattle must be inside animals. So here we can see the animals, which is being represented as a rectangle. So inside the animals, we have the oval shape, that is a cattle. And inside the cattle, we have the cows, which is a triangle, right? So when different groups have some common elements, example, Kho players, Kabaddi players, all boys of school, all girls of school. So here we are representing the Kho players, boys and girls as a rectangle, Kabaddi players, boys and girls as an oval, all boys in school as a circle, and all girls in school as a triangle. When we draw all of them together, we should draw these figures appropriately. So we have boys and girls of school. So we can see the circle and the triangle. We have Kho players from boys and girls, which means the Kho players can be both boys and girls. So draw a rectangle that overlap the boys and girls. So here we see. Similarly, draw the oval which is represent the Kabaddi players that overlap both boys and girls, because the Kabaddi players can be both boys and girls, right? Yes. So we can use same figures for all sets also. In the previous example, Kho players, Kabaddi players, all boys of school, all girls of school. So here we can see the rectangle, oval, circle, and the triangle representing the respective players. Let us use only rectangles for all of them. So this has been differentiated by the colors. That is Kho players, both boys and girls. Kabaddi players, both boys and girls. All boys in school and all girls in school. Right. So here we can see the rectangles have been overlapped. So if we use only ovals for all of them, then we can draw the overlapping like how it is being shown in the figure. Yes. Right. So here we have the Kho players, Kabaddi players, all boys in school, all girls in school. So only rectangles for all of them. So if we are going to use only rectangles for both the Kho players and Kabaddi players, and all boys in school and all girls in school. So here, this is how the figure goes. That is, the interlapping has been done between the boys and girls between both the games. If we use only circles for all of them, then we can draw like this, how it is being represented in the figures. Right. So with this, let us go through some questions to understand the concept much better. So which of the following figures represents the question? The question is animals, cows, horses. So we have 5 options. We have to choose the correct option. And the correct option is C. Let us see how C is the correct option. Animals includes all cows and all horses. So draw cows and horses inside the animals. That is the circle. Also, nothing is common between cows and horses. Therefore, the overlapping is not done. Because we know when overlapping has to be done only when there exists a common thing between both. All right. So with this, we are moving on to the next question. Doctors, authors, and women. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. Yes. The correct option is none other than A. Yes. So let's see how. Some doctors can also be authors. So authors here means who writes books or stories. So they must overlap. Doctors and authors can be both men and women. So women figure must overlap both doctors and authors. Next is the district, mandal and village. So 5 options are given. So let us choose the correct option. So the correct option is B. Let us see how. Whole village comes under a mandal. So village must be drawn inside a mandal. Whole mandal comes under a district. So mandal must be drawn inside the district. Yes. So with this, we move on to the next. That is parrots, birds, and cats. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. The correct option is D. Yes. How? Here goes. All parrots are birds. So parrots must be drawn inside the birds. Cats have nothing common with birds, so they can be drawn separately. Right. Next is humans, students, and girls. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. Let us see which is the correct option. The correct option is E. Yes, because all students are humans and all girls are humans. So they must be drawn inside the humans. All girls need not be students. So girls and students must be overlapped. Yes. So with this, we move on to the next. Tigers, cats, and snakes. So 4 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. The correct option is none other than D. How? Because nothing is common between cats and snakes. So they can be drawn without overlapping, because we know overlapping can be drawn only when a common thing exists. All right. But tigers belong to the cat family. So tigers must be drawn inside cats. All right. The next question is tigers, fish, and snakes. So 5 options are given. So we need to choose the correct option. Yes. The correct option is A. Yes. How? Because nothing is common among the tigers, fish, and snakes. So they all can be drawn without overlapping. Yes. Right. So the next is flowers, jasmine, and banana. So 5 options are given. So we need to choose the correct option. Right. The correct option is D. Yes. How D is the correct option? Here goes. All jasmine are flowers. So jasmine must be drawn inside the flowers. Banana has nothing common with flowers. So they can be drawn without overlapping. Yes. Right. The next is years, months, and days. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. Yes. The correct option is B, because days put together forms months. So days must be drawn inside months. Months put together forms years. So months must be drawn inside years. Right? So with this, the next is Telangana, Hyderabad, and Kerala. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option? The correct option is D. Yes, because Hyderabad is in Telangana. So Hyderabad must be drawn inside Telangana. And Kerala is altogether a different state. So it can be drawn outside Telangana. All right. So with this, we move on to the next. We have schools, benches, and classroom. So 5 options are given. We need to choose the correct option. The correct option is B. Yes, because all benches are in classroom and all classrooms are within the school. Right. So let us solve questions involving Venn diagrams, involving more of numericals. Yes. Right. So let us start with a very simple example. In a class of 30 students, 20 play kabaddi, 15 play kho-kho. Each child plays at least one game. So let us represent kabaddi and kho-kho players with Venn diagrams. So here goes the Venn diagrams. So the first circle says kho-kho 15 players and kabaddi 20 players. So there are 3 regions in this Venn diagram. So the arrow mark represents the students who play both kabaddi and kho-kho. That is why the intersecting of the Venn diagram is shown. So students who play only kabaddi is the right arrow. And students who play only kho-kho is the left arrow. Yes? Right. So here goes the next. Kho-kho players are 15, kabaddi players are 20. So in the class, there are 30 students and each child plays at least one game. That is kabaddi plus kho-kho, which is 20 plus 15. So put together, it comes to 35. But there are only 30 students. This means 5 students play both. So they must be written in the overlap. In the sense, they must be written in the intersecting part. Yes. So there are 15 kho-kho players, of which 5 are common. So 15 minus 5 is 10. So the 10 students play only kho-kho. Right? And there are 20 students, that is the kabaddi players, of which 5 are common. So 20 minus 5 is 15. So 15 students play only kabaddi. Yes. Now let us answer some questions. A very interesting part. In a class of 45 students, students play at least one of the 2 games. That is kho-kho and kabaddi games. So kho-kho and kabaddi, the circles are represented here. Yes. So now the questions are, how many students play kho-kho? So the solution for that is 17 plus 8, which is 25. 17 who play kho-kho, 8 who plays both the games. So 17 plus 8 is 25. So 25 students play kho-kho. The next question is, how many play both games? Yes, of course, it is the intersecting part 8. That is the overlapping. Yes. Right. Now, how many students play kabaddi? It is 20 plus 8. So 20 students play only kabaddi. 8 students play both, that is kho-kho and kabaddi. So ultimately they also play kabaddi. So we are adding 8 plus 20, which is 28. Right. So the next is, in a class of 50 students, students have to choose at least one of these 2, that is dance or painting. All right. So here we can see the dance is 15. Next, painting is 19 and both together is 16. The questions are, how many choose dance? So it is 15 plus 16, which is 31. So 31 students choose dance. How many choose both? So 16 students choose both because the intersecting part or the overlapping of the dance and painting shows those students they have chosen both. Right. Now, how many choose painting? It is 16 plus 19, which is 35. So 35 students choose painting. All right. Yes. So with this, we are moving on to the next. In a class of 20 students, students are given an option to choose football or cricket. 5 students did not choose any game as it was optional. So in the diagram, we can see football and cricket. All right. So 5 students, they have not chosen any games. So the total number of students is 20. Yes, the question is, how many choose football? And the answer is 3 plus 8, which is 11. So 3 students play only football, 8 students who play both football and cricket. So ultimately they play football, isn't it? So we have to add 3 plus 8, which is 11. Your next question is, how many choose both? So obviously the intersecting or the overlapping part, which is 8. So 8 students choose both football and cricket. The next, how many choose cricket? So here it is 8 plus 2. That is 2 students choose only cricket and 8 students who choose football and also cricket. So we have to take that 8 as well. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 students choose cricket. All right. So let us discuss little difficult questions. So here goes. In a class of 35 students, students have to select at least one of the 3 games. That is football, cricket, and tennis. All right. So we can see the figures here. So 2, the arrow mark says 2. So this number indicates the students who play all the 3 games. So 2 students play all the 3 games, namely football, cricket, and tennis. Right? And the 3 represents, this number indicates students who play both cricket and football, but not tennis. And the 4 arrow number says, it indicates students who play both cricket and tennis, but not football. And the 5 arrow number says, this number indicates students who play both tennis and football, but not cricket. All right. And this 8 indicates the students who play only cricket. And 6 indicates students who play only football. And 7 indicates students who play only tennis. Yes. And let us move on to the next question. In a class of 80 students, students have to choose one of the 4 games. The 4 games are Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, Volleyball, Basketball. Right? So it is being represented by a rectangle. So the details are given below. Your question is, how many selected all the 4 games? So the answer is 4 students. All right. And which is inside all the 4 figures? Yes, it is 4. All right. And how many selected only basketball? So the answer is 13, which is inside the basketball only, that is the rectangle. Yes. And how many selected Kho-Kho and Kabaddi, but not basketball? Only 1 student. And which is inside the rectangle, but inside the Kho-Kho and Kabaddi? It is 1. Right. And how many selected Kho-Kho, volleyball, and basketball? It is none other than 5 plus 4 is 9 students. And which is inside the Kho-Kho, basketball, and volleyball? Right? Yes. So let us answer another question with 4 sets. Here goes. In a class of 80 students, students have to select one of the 4 games. Kho-Kho, Kabaddi, Volleyball, Basketball. The details are given below. How many selected all the 4 games? It is 4. Which is inside all the 4 figures? How many selected only basketball? It is 13 students, which is inside only basketball, that is rectangle. How many selected Kho and Kabaddi but not basketball? It is one student, which is outside the rectangle but inside Kho and Kabaddi. How many selected Kho, volleyball and basketball? It is 5 plus 4, which is 9 students, that is which is inside the Kho, basketball and volleyball. Yes. Thank you so much, children.